Hello and welcome back to another video. And in today's video, I am going to be drawing a cloak. Just a cloak. I don't really know. I'm not going to draw a person on wearing that cloak. I just plan on drawing just the cloak. So yeah, we're going to start with just making a little sketch for a body first, just so we have something to build said cloak on. But yeah, it's just going to be a top half cloak. We're not gonna, I forgot my eraser. We're not gonna focus on the bottom part. We're just going to, just gonna try to make the top part of it a cloak. So we don't need to worry about making any bits near the legs. I'm already confusing myself, so yeah. Alright, give me my frickin' pencil, and let's get to work. So we're going to want to, obviously, draw a hood over the head, which will probably go like that and thin it out here, make it a little more pointed. Do some stuff like that. It looks like very messy, but you know, that's fine. We'll go ahead and reach this across the body. There we go. Go like this, and we'll taper off the end right there a little bit. Is taper the right word? I don't really know. I don't have a large vocabulary. We're gonna want to wrinkle this stuff too, but we'll focus on wrinkling it in a bit. There we go. Just get this down. Perfection. We're gonna also want, we're gonna probably want to make this a little thicker, but then we'll go like this to add some fabrics like here, and some fabrics here. Probably gonna want to make it fold a little bit too. But you know, we're just making it wrinkle, making it fold. Try to think of the folds a little bit more. We'll try to put some of the folds in too more before we finalize it, because that was one mistake I made last time while making the jeans. I definitely should have put the folds in, not just the outline in, while I was actually doing it. Because, well, I feel like that would have made it a little better. I could still be wrong, though. I'm not a professional. I do not know for sure or anything like that, but I feel like that would work better, so we're going to try all that. We're going to get this guy. Hope that he still has enough eraser in him, because I haven't checked him in a while. Let's see, how much eraser does this have? Oh, not very much left. That's fine. Still works for now, so we'll go and keep using it. Is this how we're gonna want this? We should probably want this to go down a little bit more and then in, because this is actually coming from over here on top and folding over like that, if that makes any sense. I'll explain it more in just a little second. We're going to try to make this line right here be fabric that's coming over this, and this is tucked under here, and this is completely separate. This is why I kind of wish I edited my videos a bit. If I edited my videos, I would like to, when I explain something, have like a little red line or something, show like how I'm explaining the line be folded or whatever. But I don't know how to edit, and I gotta put these out every single day, so I don't really have time to make a video like that every day and still learn how to actually do art. I'll go ahead and do that someday once I learn how. Could make like one of those videos like once per week and do these daily art videos. That's probably what I'll do, but at the moment does not matter. We'll go ahead and add this. And we switched pencils, obviously. And I also do want to try something else that I was told. Try and make the inner lines lighter and the outer lines darker. I don't really know if I'm going to be able to accomplish it much with this, but we're gonna try. I do feel like that's counteractive on how I would feel like I should. I feel like, well, actually, I don't know. When I first read that advice, I was like, I feel like that's not true. I feel like you should do the outside lines lighter and the inner ones darker. But now that I think about it, I think that makes sense, actually. The inside lines darker, the outside lines lighter. That actually, yeah, that makes sense. So, we'll go ahead and try that. If we can. I mean, I am just drawing a cloak, so I don't know if it entirely still applies. I have no idea. It doesn't really matter too much. If we can't apply it this time, we will try to keep it in mind and apply it in other drawings, like we try to do to most of the advice that we usually sadly forget, but I remembered this one, and I'm gonna try to use it, because, well, I don't know, I try to use all the advice I get. I do forget about a lot of the advice I get, though, so gotta get a little better at that. Alright. I only did a very small amount of research in fabric between this video and the last video, so I don't know if this one's gonna end up being a lot better. It could end up being a lot worse, who knows, but hoping it's better, obviously, but I can't say it's going to be better because I don't know. Also, this outer line should still come into the center, which I did kind of neglect for some reason. I don't entirely know why. I haven't drawn a cloak in a while. I assume I just forgot. We'll go ahead and erase both of these bottoms. And we can go ahead and actually just erase the whole head, because I'm not a huge fan of how it's looking right now. I want it to be a little bit more pointed, but could make it a little flat, folded in, since there's no one wearing it, but maybe I could give the illusion of someone wearing it, and it's just, you just can't see that person, their head's like covered or whatever, I don't know. Let's go ahead and put this right here, lift that up, and this right here, and lift that up. That'll be our base that we'll build off of. We'll go ahead and go inwards and point it towards the top as we do, outwards, and like that. Is that good? Still looks like a shitty shape, but let's try adding the outer line first to see if it makes it any better. I don't know. I don't really like that. I think it's too fat. Makes it look like it looks kind of like a face, and the face is fat. No, I don't want that. Let's try again. What if we just try something a little skinnier? Also, I definitely shouldn't have switched to the sharper pencil yet, with still trying new things and not knowing what I'm doing. Alright, let's go ahead and try that. Does that look good? That could use some work. There we go. That looks pretty good, but I kind of want to make some folds right there. we go. That looks pretty decent. So if we're going to put folds there, though, we're going to need to put folds here. I mean, we don't need to, but we're going to. Because, well, it just makes sense that if it's folding one way, it's probably going to fold the same way on the other side. Like, that just makes sense to me. So we're going to do what makes sense. But what makes sense isn't always the right way. But I think for this, I think it definitely was. Alright. There we go. I think this is actually looking pretty good so far. We'll ignore that. I was just trying to make some deeper bits, but I don't think it looks the best. What if I were to actually do this and make this like a fold in the fabric? And then I like wrapped it around. Would that look nice? Because then I could add a darker part here. Nah, we already set the other way. We'll go ahead and just erase that. We'll keep it the way it is. That would be kind of cool, maybe, but we'll keep it the way it... Oh, I have no idea where I just threw that to. Also, yeah, I just had this sitting on my desk. It's been sitting on my desk. Also, these things are a total ripoff. They're like the best erasers, but they're a total ripoff. If you're gonna buy one of these sharper erasers, I advise you to buy one of the actual pencil erasers, where it's like an actual pencil where you have to sharpen it. Because those have like an actual pencil length of eraser. This has like this much. It's not cost effective. It's not, I don't remember how expensive they are, but not cheap enough to warrant that. Alright. There we go. That's good enough, I think. Definitely not perfect, but not horrible, so we'll go ahead and keep it. We're gonna want to get some folds, because, you know, this is the folds. That's how folds work. That's how these things work. They fold. There's lots of folds in them. Alright. We're going to want to probably pull that from there too. Get a couple more crease lines in here. We're going to want probably one that comes on top of this and comes down. Get some more crease lines coming from here. Some more in there. Shade around. Or like what would be shading if we, you know, knew how to shade. Alright. There we go. This is looking okay. It's definitely not the best thing I've ever done or anything like that, but it looks decent. It's not bad. And you know what? I'll accept not bad. I'll accept decent. I'm still learning, and decent is still pretty darn good. I could point that a little more and still get away with it. Alright. What if I were to like fill all this in? Let's go ahead and just get all that filled in just for the fuck of it. Just because, well, why not? You know, if we're filling all this in, I can use this one. Because this one fills in a little bit better. The lead's thicker, you know, because it's a regular pencil. I do have a thicker mechanical pencil, but it's not over here. It's over there. Like, all the way over there. I would go get it, but no, it's under stuff. That's why I don't get any of my other pencils. Because I'm lazy. I don't use them and it's under stuff. I put it under there too. Alright. Yeah. Oh, I completely forgot about that. Did you also forget about that? Because I forgot about that. Yeah, let's go ahead and try and get this out here. Let's go ahead and, yeah, make it fold in on itself like this. And then, like, weaving and shit. Then folds over here again. This one's slightly less, so you can tell that it's over here. And then it folds right here. Perfect. This is actually looking pretty good, honestly. Alright, perfect. Looking decent. That actually looks pretty friggin' good, honestly. Alright. Yeah, I like that. It's definitely not the best thing, but honestly, I like it. It's good. Good. I think I like this whole thing. This actually has turned out decently well. I like it a lot more than what I made yesterday. And, well, that's kind of the goal. Just every day make something a little better. It's not always going to happen. Not going to stop me from trying. Yeah. Let's go ahead and give him some eyes just for the... Just because I can. Should I tiny line him? Tiny line him? I think I'm going to, but that's going to be 10 minutes. So. Woo! Alrighty. That is my cloak. I think it actually turned out pretty darn well. I did make the lines on the inside smaller. And I also smudged this thingy in many places. But we're going to pretend like that's not there. But yeah, I actually really like this one. I think it turned out well. See you tomorrow.